Good morning, Toastmasters, fellow guests. I have an audience participation that I kind of need you all's help with. I'm going to say a few words, and I need you all to somewhat complete what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say there's north and
south,
hot or
cold,
good or
bad.
Behind every good man is a
Good woman.
What goes up must come down. Okay, good. Good job. Good job. Give yourself a hand. Now, I did that to show you an example of what I call the concept of duality. That's what I call it, concept of duality. So to me, it's defined as two different ways to approach any given situation. Now, that being said, we're going to talk about excellence. When I hear the word excellent, what comes to mind is a sense of accomplishment as well as pride. Those are the two things that comes to mind when I think of excellence. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to just real quick, just kind of go over some, apologize. Don't try this at home, right? Okay, gotcha. What I'm going to do, we're going to go over some quick definitions. I want to kind of keep this into perspective as I go through what I'm going to say. Okay, first, excellence, the fact or the state of excelling superiority. Pride, modest opinion, estimate of one's own importance, rank, etc. Humility, modest opinion, estimate of one's own importance, rank. Knowledge, the familiarity and the convenience with a particular subject or branch of learning. And work ethic, a belief in the moral benefit and importance of work and its inherent ability to strengthen character. So we want to kind of keep these things in mind, or the definitions in mind, as I go through my inverted chart. All right. As you can see, I have excellent at the very bottom. Now, in the concept of duality, remember I mentioned sense of accomplishment and pride. Well, today I'm also going to focus on pride. Now, I think a lot of time we like to entertain the she, fluffy, good side of any given situation. But I would argue that pride can be the most challenging part when you get into the actual dynamics of it. Now, for me, when I think of a sense of accomplishment, some can make the argument that and pride are one and the same. I would disagree with that. A sense of accomplishment is a destination, an ending point. Pride is more so derived. It's in the how-to, I got to the destination, which is the sense of accomplishment. Now, in order to have pride, I would argue there are three critical things that must be present in order for pride to exist. Because remember, if we don't have pride, that means, or the lack thereof, can cause you to lose excellence. So first, we're going to take, for example, humility. When I think of humility, the first step is you have to acknowledge that there are certain things that you just do not know. And it's okay not to know. Because even in the 12-step program, what it said, you have to acknowledge any kind of the acknowledgement of your issues. So in here with humility, we just want to understand that there may be certain things that we don't know. So when we don't know certain things, that's ground one, which takes us to the second step, which will be the concept of knowledge. Now, as Toastmasters, as we come into the body of Toastmasters, we want to learn about public speaking, because the goal is for us to improve on how we speak. That's the purpose. Right? So number one, we already acknowledge that we don't know, that's why we're here. Now secondly, because of the knowledge, I now have the time to do what? Listen to other Toastmasters. We have a mentor. You get to sit back and watch. You can learn from what to say and what not to say, or what to do or what not to do, only by watching. The concept still applies even when you were at the first day on your job. Your first day there, for the most part, I don't know anyone who takes off running on their first day. But sometimes it takes you to have other people, well, here's how this works, here's what we do, or even in the concept something as simple as parenting. Someone who has that first child, male or female. And you have to look at how do you hold the baby's head? How do you feed the child? You know, what are good things for the child that we're given different times of the year? Again, it's the concept of you not knowing, but you have to be able to allow yourself with humility to hear out what's being said, and that's how you will learn. That's how you gain your knowledge. Next is work ethics. Now that's also is very important. Now keep in mind, how many times has anyone ever done something and know that it wasn't the best way to be done, but it was done just for the sake of saying that I did it? How many of you have ever done that? I don't think everybody's being honest. Gotcha. So now with the concept of work ethics, you know, again, you have to apply these two pieces. Because number one, once I understand what I don't know, right, now I have to seek out areas or ways in order to gain the knowledge. Now that I've gained the knowledge, now it's time for me to apply it. Let me ask this. How many people in here know that they are at least 1 pound overweight? How many people know what to do in order to address that 1 pound overweight? So what does that say? That we understand that we don't know, we found out, but because of our lack of work ethics, we have not obtained that. Get it? So again, without all of these things, all make up pride. And because of your pride, that costs you excellence, in this example, giving your health. That's the cost of pride. So each one of these pieces are intangible to pride. If any part of that is missing, you will never obtain excellence because you will not have pride, and a lack of pride can cost you excellence. Now that being said, given on concept, because concept is something that's very dear to my heart. Because again, regardless of the situation, the variables may be different, but the concept is the same. So it wouldn't matter where you are in life, what you're up to, but it's always good that you want to excel and have a sense of excellence in whatever it is that you do and that you're up to in life. Because a lot of times, I had a guy once tell me, and I never forgot it, as you're going to see, the only thing a man has in this world is his word. That's all he has, is his word. So you are known by what you do. I want to always feel, for the most part, not to say I'm 100%, but at the most part, I'm known to have a sense of excellence whenever I do things. When I sit back and I have conversation, I have dialogue, I want to be sure I sit back and you can always say, he hears me out. Now we kind of have debates or whatever may come to pass, but the idea is there's certain things you're going to know about the way I do things. In the how is where pride comes in. Keep in mind, we can always accomplish things, but the key is going to be in the how that it was done. That's what sets you apart from everyone else in the world. And to me, that's a concept of a person's word and how they see themselves. So that's why that's very important to me. So what I would charge is that as we walk out of here today, or even in the next 2 or 3 seconds, to change your outlook on life and include the concept of duality with excellence, with pride being one of the key factors in that equation.